Officers confronted the Patriot Front group on Saturday. There they are on their knees and arrested. Dozens were piled in the back of a moving truck. Police say they were traveling to a pride event where they were hoping to set off a riot.
That's right. Over the weekend, there was the arrest of more than 24 members of the white supremacist group known as Patriot Front near Idaho, near an Idaho Pride event specifically. And one of them was identified as its founder. His name is Rousseau. So what were these dweebs up to? Well, luckily they got caught before they could cause any damage, but they were on their way to a pride event, likely to riot and possibly hurt people. The police chief denied rumors that the arrest had stemmed from the work of informants. That was kind of floating around the internet over the weekend, saying that this actually all came from a concerned citizen and Good Samaritan who reported some suspicious activity. Here's what happened. So the 31 Patriot Front members were arrested with riot gear after a tipster reported seeing people loading up into a U-Haul like a little army at a hotel parking lot in Coeur. So police found riot gear, one smoke grenade, shin guards, and shields inside the van after pulling it over near a park where the North Idaho Pride Alliance was holding a pride event in the park. Pride in the Park event. So this is, I'm just imagining what would happen if a Good Samaritan didn't report it, right? Because they're showing up with riot gear. Obviously, these are white nationalists, white supremacists. These are people who are showing up to cause some damage. There's been some question as to why this would take place in Idaho, of all places. Well, Idaho has some deep roots in white supremacy. It's also a little easier to kind of, get through and go to these events without much pushback. And so, if you go to a big pride event in let's say Los Angeles or New York, there might be more security, there might be a bigger crowd, which would make it more difficult for 31 people to show up and cause a lot of damage. So I'm guessing part of the reason why they showed up in Idaho is because they thought they could do it, get away with it, and cause some serious damage.
Well, the good news is they were wrong. So congrats to Idaho cops, great job. So people say, oh, you guys are anti-cops. No, doesn't it depend on what they're doing? And so if cops protected this pride event or any event, because they got a tip, they acted on it right away, they weren't complacent. It wasn't like Kenosha where they're high-fiving the right-wingers and white supremacists going to the event with weapons and stuff and giving them water, say, is there any way we can help you? No, in this case, the cops were terrific and probably spared a lot of damage here. So now, but I'm gonna make an important distinction here. If they were going to the event just to counter protest, they shouldn't be arrested, okay? Now, as it turns out, and this is just the first 24 hours basically since they've been discovered, so more information will come out later. So based on what we know now, based on reporting from NBC News and others, it looks like they had smoke grenades and batons with them, and this is very important. The police have a document saying that they were going to use the smoke grenades.
Yes, and I want to get to that document right now, actually, and it's Coeur d'Alene. So I know how to pronounce it, I just got a little shaky about it. So Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, this is where the Pride event was taking place. So an apparent leader of the group had a 7-page document outlining an operational plan in extensive detail. The police chief, Lee White, read brief sections that detailed how smoke was to be used, a column forming on the outside of the park proceeding inward until barriers to approach are met. And once an appropriate amount of confrontational dynamic has been established, the column will disengage and head to Sherman. And Sherman is the avenue that runs through the center of downtown Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah, and some of them apparently had concealed weapons. Again, we'll see if that's true as things unfold, but that's some of the reporting happening now. So guys, this is part of that memo is super important. So they were not just going to counter protest and sit on the other side of the street.
They were not.
They were definitely going to go engage. They were going to throw the smoke grenades, and then they were going to, and this is the important part, they were going to cause a confrontation and then pretend like they were defending themselves. And that's basically the Rittenhouse strategy.
100%, that's what I was going to say. So they're going to show up, They're gonna cause a confrontation, they're gonna cause some sort of reaction or response, and then who knows what they would have done. Again, we don't know the entirety or the full extent of weaponry they had with them. The story is still developing as we speak, the investigation is ongoing. But if they ended up killing someone or multiple people during this event, then they can turn around and say, well, we were defending ourselves, we were defending ourselves. And of course, these are people coming from different states, trying to cause trouble at a pride event. You don't like the pride event? What I don't understand is, why can't you just leave people alone?
100%.
Like, what impact do they have on your lives? Let's put up the mugshots of these massive losers who apparently have so much time on their hands and are so miserable. They're like desperately looking for scapegoats to explain their misery. So they go out of their way, okay, like these like wannabe bad guys, like showing up to or attempting to show up at a pride event and cause damage, hurt innocent people who are just trying to celebrate, who are just trying to live their lives. These are people who have no negative impact on their lives whatsoever, but they want a white ethno state. That's what they want.
I mean, how weak are you that you think, oh, why don't we all get together, have a bunch of weapons and go attack defenseless people? Yeah. And that's supposed to prove you're tough? No, it proves to me that you're pathetically weak. So
and by the way, misdemeanor charges so far. There could be, some felony charges depending on how this investigation goes, especially if they had illegal weapons on them. But among those booked into jail on misdemeanor charges of conspiracy to riot was Thomas Ryan Rousseau. That's the founder of Patriot Front. He's from Grapevine, Texas, who had been identified by the Southern Poverty Law Center as the 23-year-old who founded the group after the deadly Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, 2017. These people aren't gonna go away. Like, this is gonna continue, right? And part of the reason why it's going to continue is because, I mean, what do you have to lose? If you get caught, you just get booked on misdemeanor charges.
Yeah, so, and I wanna be clear. So I said the Rittenhouse strategy. I don't know that Kyle Rittenhouse intended to kill someone when he went to that event. And so, but I say all the time, do not go to any events, right wing, left wing, it doesn't matter, with weapons, because basically you're saying, I can't wait for a fight to start so I can use this thing, right? So that is a general concept. But now when I refer to the Rittenhouse strategy, I'm not talking about Rittenhouse himself. I'm talking about the fact that he got off, which allows then dangerous right wingers like this to go think, all I gotta do is start a fight, and then the minute someone else fights back, boom, I get to do any amount of violence that I want to them. And so it has begun.
Yeah.
And that apparently is, in some ways in the document. I think the document's key, guys. Because that shows intent or lack of intent. If they intended to cause violence, then it should not be a misdemeanor. It should be very serious charges, and a lesson should be sent to anyone on any political side. You cannot go to a rally to cause violence, and will bring the law down on you super hard if you do.
Now, one other thing I wanted to mention is the police have held a press conference about this, and they are now stating that they've received 149 calls, half of which are from individuals within the community who are thanking them for the work they're doing and thanking them for catching these guys before they showed up and possibly rioted at this Pride event. The other half are threatening to dox them, sending them death threats. And those calls are overwhelmingly, according to the police, from other parts of the country. They apparently also received one of those phone calls with threats from Norway. Norway. It's a little disappointing, but.
Yeah, so no, by the way, what happened to Blue Lives Matter? All of a sudden, cops bust up a white supremacist ring that was going to commit violence against gay people, and all of a sudden, blue lives don't matter. And they're threatening to kill the cops.
Yep.
Because they dare to do their job and protect everyone. So these are the kind of sick people that exist, unfortunately, within the right wing. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.